Imagine a garden. Not of mere flowers and fountains, but of the human soul itself. A place where chaos is mastered by will, and beauty is forged through raw power. What if the Übermensch, the Superman, wasn't born on a cold mountain, but was designed right here in the magnificent gardens of the Renaissance? Friedrich Nietzsche looked at the world and saw humanity losing its way. God was dead. And in the emptiness that followed came something far worse, the last man. A comfortable, blinking, pleasure-seeking creature who no longer strives for anything greater. But Nietzsche refused to surrender to nihilism. Instead, he offered a new vision, a new ideal, the Übermensch. And the secret blueprint for creating him was hidden in the Renaissance gardens of Italy. Nietzsche deeply loved the Renaissance. He saw it as the last great flowering of human potential, an explosion of the will to power. He admired dangerous, brilliant men like Cesare Borgia. Not because they were good, but because they created themselves without apology. They took life exactly as it was and shaped it according to their own vision. For Nietzsche, these gardens were far more than decoration. They were living philosophy. Wild, chaotic nature tamed, ordered, and turned into something magnificent. Every straight line, every fountain, every perfectly trimmed hedge whispered the same truth: through strength, discipline, and vision, beauty and greatness can be born from chaos. And here lies the deepest idea. For Nietzsche, the garden was a metaphor for the soul. You enter with all your chaos, your instincts, your pain, your contradictions, your darkness. You do not run from it. You do not numb it. You become its architect. You prune what is weak. You nurture what is strong. You impose order where there was disorder. You create beauty where there was wilderness. The Übermensch is not someone who escapes his nature. He is the master gardener of his own being. Every difficulty becomes soil. Every failure becomes fertilizer. Every act of self-overcoming is a new flower blooming. The Renaissance wasn't just an artistic movement for Nietzsche. It was a spiritual rebirth of humanity's greatest potential. A time when man dared to reach beyond good and evil, beyond Christian morality, and created something new and magnificent. Cesare Borgia stood as one of his greatest examples. A man who wielded power without hesitation, who shaped his destiny with ruthless creativity. Nietzsche didn't admire him for his cruelty, but for his unapologetic strength and ability to impose his will upon the world. And in the heart of this era stood the Renaissance gardens. Villa d'Este, Boboli, the gardens of the Medici, these were not simple decorations. They were physical manifestations of the will to power. Man took untamed nature, full of chaos and wildness, and through intelligence, discipline, and vision, turned it into geometric perfection. Straight paths, perfectly trimmed hedges, dancing fountains, hidden grottos. Every element spoke the same message: order can be created from chaos. Beauty can be born from struggle. This is the core of Nietzsche's philosophy. The garden is the soul. You are the gardener. Inside every person lies a wild, untamed forest of instincts, fears, desires, and contradictions. Most people try to escape this chaos. They numb it, distract themselves, or surrender to it. But the Übermensch does something different. He steps into the chaos. He studies it. He prunes the weak branches. He nurtures the strong ones. He designs, shapes, and cultivates his own being until something extraordinary emerges. Self-overcoming is not a one-time event. It is a daily practice. A constant becoming. This is the core of Nietzsche's philosophy. The garden is the soul. You are the gardener. Inside every person lies a wild, untamed forest of instincts, fears, desires, and contradictions. Most people try to escape this chaos. They numb it, distract themselves, or surrender to it. But the Übermensch does something different. He steps into the chaos. He studies it. He prunes the weak branches without mercy. He nurtures the strong ones with discipline. He designs, shapes, and cultivates his own being until something extraordinary emerges. Self-overcoming is not a one-time event. It is a daily practice, a constant becoming. And this practice is more relevant today than ever. In 2026, we live in a world of endless distraction, comfort algorithms, and digital numbness. The last man is winning. He scrolls, he consumes, he avoids all discomfort. But you still have a choice. You can become the architect of your own soul. Start by saying yes to life, even its hardest parts. This is a more fatty love of fate. Create your own values instead of swallowing the ones society feeds you. Prune ruthlessly, cut bad habits, toxic influences, time-wasting addictions. Train your body, sharpen your mind, create something that will outlive you. Turn artificial intelligence from a crutch into a tool. Use it, but never let it use you. Every day ask yourself, am I growing stronger or merely more comfortable? The path of the Übermensch is difficult. It demands courage, honesty, and relentless discipline. But it is the only path that leads to true greatness. Yet Nietzsche also left us a warning. The will to power can be misused. Many who claimed to follow him twisted his words into justification for cruelty and domination. The real Übermensch does not destroy others to feel superior. He overcomes himself. If you use this philosophy as an excuse for arrogance or harm, you will not become the Übermensch. You will become something far worse, a delusional last man in a mask of strength. So the final question is not philosophical. It is deeply personal. Will you remain in the garden of mediocrity? Or will you pick up the golden shears and begin the difficult, beautiful work of becoming more than human? The garden is waiting. The choice is yours. Start today. The path of the Übermensch is not easy. It never was. It demands brutal honesty, relentless discipline, and the courage to face your own chaos every single day. Most people will choose comfort. They will choose the safe, predictable life of the last man, scrolling, consuming, avoiding anything that hurts or challenges them. But you now see a different possibility. You have the blueprint. You understand that inside you lies a wild garden waiting to be shaped. Every hardship, every failure, every dark impulse is not your enemy, it is raw material. Soil for something greater. So begin. Start small, but start today. Prune one bad habit. Create one new value that is truly yours. Train your body when you don't feel like it. Read when you want to scroll. Choose discomfort over numbness. This is how the Übermensch is built, not in one heroic moment, but through thousands of small, deliberate acts of self-overcoming. In 2026, the world will try harder than ever to keep you small, distracted, and comfortable. But you now know the secret the Renaissance gardens taught Nietzsche: true greatness is not given. It is cultivated. The garden doesn't care about your excuses. It only responds to your actions. So the final and most important question is this: will you remain trapped in the overgrown chaos of mediocrity? Or will you pick up the golden shears and begin designing the masterpiece that is your life? The choice is entirely yours. And the garden is patiently waiting. If this video awakens something in you, if you feel even the smallest spark to become more than you are right now, then do this. Hit the subscribe button. Turn on the bell. Join those who refuse to be the last man. In the coming videos, we will go even deeper into the practical disciplines, the dangerous ideas, and the daily practices that turn ordinary people into something eternal. The Renaissance is not dead. It is waiting to be reborn inside you. Thank you for watching. Now close this video and go start working on your garden. I'll see you in the next one.